guys, so welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, a very long minute, but I am back. I'm gonna try to do this more consistently because I have nothing but time on my hands. So on my Instagram, so if you haven't followed me already, it's @natural_CP. That is my hair blog Instagram. And I conducted a poll on just to see what a lot of my curl friends wanted to see. I put perfecting a wash and go, a deep conditioning, trying new products, and my hair journey. And basically when I did the poll, it came out that everyone wanted to know more about my wash and go. So this is why I'm creating the video. And with me and my personal journey with wash and goes, it took me a minute to actually understand how to make my wash and goes last a long period of time instead of just like a day or two. And now I'm consistently getting in the habit of, even with different products, of learning how to make that wash and go last and get a good style for the week or so. You know what I mean? So anyway, hopefully these tactics can help you. And again, this is for me, but hopefully what I do can help you as well. All right. So there are many steps in perfecting your wash and go. And the first step is cleansing. And you're probably thinking, Sierra, why is cleansing important in styling your hair? Because that has nothing to do with the actual styling part, right? But no, cleansing is very important. So anyway, cleansing helps prevent hair loss. It increases volume. And when it comes to, your wash and go, I don't know what your personal goal is, but for me, I know with my wash and go, I want lots of volume. So with cleansing your hair, that is a benefit. It will increase your volume because you are cleaning your pores. You are letting your curls flourish and get the most potential out of each strand, because you do not want any buildup on your scalp whatsoever. It unclogs the pores, and also it promotes hair growth. And I know with my wash and go, I want my mane to be voluminous as well as big and long. You know what I mean? So yes, the first step is cleansing. So I'm going to go cleanse my hair, and I'm going to cleanse it with the olive and tea tree oil shampoo, one of my favorite shampoos to cleanse my scalp with. And also you want to detangle your hair. So this one, it fights and prevents dandruff. It uses natural ingredients to cleanse and moisturize the hair and scalp. And it detangles curls and coils to improve ease of combing. So yes, so your first step, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like a good wash and go, make sure you cleanse and detangle your hair properly. So make sure you get a good cleansing shampoo or cleansing conditioner that's going to get all of that buildup off of your scalp, and make sure that your scalp is like legit squeaky clean so we can move to the next step. So step 1 was cleansing. Step 2 is finding the right product. Before we go into styling your hair, you want to make sure you have the right products when you're doing a wash and go. And for me, the right products would be the Mielle Organic Pomegranate and Honey leave-in conditioner and the Custard. So these two are technically, when they mentioned it, it was towards type 4 hair. I do not personally have type 4 hair, but I found that these products work great for me doing a wash and go. And you may not know what right products work for you better, but you know your hair better than I do. And I know with me, I love having a base, meaning a leave-in conditioner, and then I also like having a styler, because I know when I have my best wash and goes, it has to be like a gel or a custard, and it can't be like I'm gonna say like a cream, even though I had some great wash and goes. But I know if I want a long lasting wash and go, I personally have to use like a custard or a gel. So yes, when you're doing your wash and goes, you want to find the right products. So 2, make sure you guys have the right products when you're doing a wash and go. But before you put your products in, step number 3 is that you want to make sure your hair is drenched, soaked. I know for me, my hair has to be soaking wet to get the best definition, the results, to make sure my curls are really popping. I must have soaking wet hair, not just like a little bit of damp hair. I need my hair wet. And it's like kind of wet now, but if you do need to put extra water in here, make sure you have a spray bottle. So of course, step 3 is make sure your hair is wet. for those who have like low porosity hair, I know typically warm water helps open up the hair follicle, but I love warm water as well. So I'm just putting in the leave-in conditioner, making sure it's evenly distributed throughout this section. So I know when I do my putting my styler in, I don't like to do like big clump sections. I like to break that down. But first, when I put my leave-in conditioner, as in like my foundation, I just do the whole section. Not too much leave-in conditioner, but a good amount to where your hair is very moisturized before you put in the styler. So as you can see, these are my curls with just the leave-in conditioner by itself. So after your hair is totally coated, I like to subsection my hair. So again, for me, this is step number 4. Make sure you break down your hair so you know when you're tending to each section that you can really work your fingers in and really make sure that each curl is defined. So I like to subsection. So I'll take a little section, pin the rest of it up, and I take my custard and I go in with it. And I just work my fingers in. And I love just putting the product mix somewhere in the middle and then work it from root to tip. And one thing too that I love to do, depending on how you style your hair, I love clumping my curls. So as you can see the strand, and I just run my fingers over it. And as you can see, they're like clumped together. And that is my first subsection. It's pretty quick once you get the routine down. But again, that's why I said you want to make sure you have the right product, because if it's not easy to work in your hair, if it really takes a lot of extra effort, more than likely that product's just not meant for you to do a wash and go. I'm going to do the rest of this section, and yeah, and then as we move forward, I'll implement more things. And if any of your like sections get a little dry when you feel it, feel free to always just re-damp it a little bit before you go in with your product. Okay, so we are now getting to the closer to the top of my head. And at the top of my head, I have a lot of straight pieces at the root, more say. So what I like to do when I have those pieces, so I just take my product and I work it in. But once I'm done raking it in and working it in, I love to take the piece and I just twist it like this and work my way down. So I finger coil it, and what that causes is for me to have a little more spring at my root instead of it having it flat. So that's gonna also help me with volume. And as you can see, those pieces, they look flat still, I guess, but they're finger coiled. But you'll see once they're dry that they'll be very curly looking, and you won't even be able to tell that those are my straight pieces. So again, I like to work that product in. See, as you can see, like they're more curly. You see the little ringlets, but towards the root, not as much. So again, I like to take it and just finger coil those strands. So when it dries, it's going to be more of a curl. And that's like what I kind of do for majority of the top of my hair. I'll do it again when I get to my last section, but throughout this patch, there's a lot of straight pieces. It's just how the top of my head is made. I don't know my curl pattern, but yeah, it's more of a looser curl. So to make it blend in with the rest of my hair, which is way more curly. I love to finger coil. And that just adds more definition and volume. I am on my last subsection, and as you can see again, this is a section that I'm going to just finger coil at the root. So I'm just gonna apply my product. Make sure it's evenly distributed. And take the section and just finger coil and just write it down. And do the same thing here. And this is what my hair is looking like after I have all my product on, and as you can see, my hair is very defined. So after all my product is in, what I like to do always, and what I like to do all the time, is I love to go in and just do my edges right now. So sometimes I always just use the gel or the styler that I currently have in my hair to do my edges, or sometimes I'll add an edge control too. But due to this gel being one of my favorites, or Custards, I always just go in with a little bit and just put it on my edges. And again, this is an optional thing for you to do, but I just love doing it because I love to just do it, honestly. And also because I love when my hair dries, my edges are like dry too, so it's like perfect. And again, I do it on this side too. So when your hair is dry, your edges are already done, and you don't disturb your curls when you're trying to apply like edge gel once your hair is already dry. So I love doing this option with it. So this is my hair. As you can see even the finger coils starting to shrivel up a little bit around here already. But yeah, very defined. Ooh. So what I like to do, the next step, so what's this, step 5? I think I'm correct. Step 5, I love to make sure my hair is air dry. I don't ever diffuse it. I don't sit under a hair dryer unless I absolutely have to go somewhere and I don't want to go with a wet head. But 99%, I'm always air drying, and that's just because that minimizes frizz. You won't really have frizz due to no manipulation, so I love air drying it. And then once my hair is dry, I will hop back on camera and show you guys what I do from there. So this is my hair completely dry, guys. This is actually the next morning, so technically this is day 2 hair. But yes, this is my hair. It's completely shiny, defined. It has a little bit of crunch to it, but we'll get to that part. But yes, as you can see, these are my little spirals from my finger coils. It basically helps train your hair. I know for up here, I definitely did it. Just to help train your curls, because I have a lot of straight pieces right there. But anyway, like I was saying, my hair has somewhat of a cast on it, just a few curls. So this one has a cast on it. This one not as much. This one does. Ooh, this one does as well. So basically, a few of you probably don't even know what a cast is. So basically, it is the protective cast that a gel creates once your hair is completely dry. And the cast helps keeps that hold and that mold of your curl, like your natural curl pattern. So basically, after it's completely dry, your hair, you know, dries up, and that's like actually what your curl pattern is. And also it helps, you know, with frizz and everything. But we're going to break that cast because I don't want my hair crunchy, if you know what I mean. So what I'm gonna do, so the next thing is when you have like a wash and go. Some girls like to keep the cast. I know with some of my products, I break it. Some of my products, I just let the cast break naturally. But with this, I'm gonna just break a few of it, not too much, but just a little bit, so it's not too crunchy and stiff. So I'm gonna go in with the Mielle Organics Mint Almond Oil, which is one of my favorite oils. Just a few. So what I do typically is just get a few drops, and I literally just scrunch my hair, not like drastically. I literally just do it according to how I feel, TBH, but just little parts by parts, and I don't do it too much so I'm not disrupting my curls or pattern or causing any frizz, if that makes sense. So I just take it like this, like each section of hair, kind of like that, and just work around my head. And believe it or not, it actually does do something. Okay. There we go. So anyway, as you can see, I don't know if you could tell a little difference, but I can a tidbit of just the volume going out a smidge. But yeah, this is day 2, like I was saying, so it's not bad whatsoever. But anyway, we're here to show you how I get it sometimes. So sometimes I like to go in with a lovely pick and fluff. Some people don't even know what fluffing is. So fluffing is basically me fluffing at my roots, literally. And I don't do it too much. I just usually hit my certain spots, which is the back of both of my, the napes of my head, this side right here, and this side right here. Other than that, that's as much as I'm gonna fluff, really. So I take this and literally just pick at my roots. And you notice that I do not do the shaft of my hair. And that's just due to me not wanting to disrupt the pattern. Okay, a little more shaping volume. Okay, so as you can see a little difference in the volume. And as you notice, my hair is really not even disrupted a little bit at all. Oh, there we go. But yes, you can even take your fingers. I usually just use my pick and my fingers too, just to shake and fluff your curls. And I say this is not bad whatsoever for day 2. Volume and hair. Yeah. So this, I will come back on day 3, day 4, as long as I have this hairstyle, just so you guys to see how long my hairstyle lasts, as well as the volume and when frizz begins to kick in. And some of those factors will take place due to me working out too, but that's okay. But I just wanted to show you guys this. So I will come back each day, and yeah. So this is day 3 hair. As you guys can see, I have a little bit more volume going on. Usually my peak days for volume and less frizz is day 3 and 4, kinda, depending on what I'm doing. And as we move on to the next day, this is day 4. I have way much more volume going on there, as you can see. And now we are here to day 5. So this is my hair right now. This is day 5 hair. As you can see, I do have like some frizz going on, but I have been working out and trying to work out more consistently. So that's why my hair is like looking a little frizzy, but I have a lot of volume going on, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that whatsoever. So anyway, this was my process of how I would get my wash and go to last, because what's the point of doing a wash and go and keep manipulating your hair if you have to do it every other day, like every 2 days? That's not fun, okay? But anyway, so I have them so I don't miss it. Also, I forgot to mention before I even did all my steps, also a great factor into getting a great wash and go is making sure your hair is healthy. I'm gonna say that again. Make sure your hair is healthy. And when I say that, I'm meaning if you have a lot of heat damage, if you know you need to chop your hair, if you know you have some curls that are just dead, like dead hair. Dead hair is not going to curl at all. So your best bet is to make sure you have even a fresh cut, a fresh trim, making sure you cut all that deadness off, because if you do have that deadness on your hair is gonna look a little and we don't want it to look we want it to look you know what I mean? We want your hair to look poppin'. So I would recommend, if you have not, make sure your hair is very healthy and all those dead ends are gone. If that results in you doing a big chop, you don't have to go to that extreme, but make sure you're getting all those necessary pieces that's holding you back from your main flourishing, okay? But yes, so anyway, that's what I forgot to mention in the beginning, which is a very, very important factor for the wash and goes, depending on how you want your hair to look. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, the first thing is cleansing your hair. Again, I wrote these down so I don't forget, because yeah. But anyway, making sure your hair is cleansed and making sure it's clean, getting all that buildup and all that yuck off your scalp so each strand can flourish properly. The next thing was making sure you find your right products. Know what works for your hair. Some girls require more products. Some people don't require more products. Some girls can just use a cream. Some girls can just use a leave-in conditioner and a gel and a cream. Some people have to use 2, 3 products, 4. I know a lot of girls who have to use little, and I know a lot of girls who have to use a lot. So make sure you know what works for your hair. And how do you know that? By doing your research, experimenting. You have time to do it. It's not gonna be perfect the first time, but as you do your hair and begin to learn your hair, you will find those right products that work for you. When you're doing your hair, you want to make sure your hair is drenched. Doing your hair on dry hair is not gonna cut it. I have to make sure my hair is legit soaking wet so my curls can pop, you know what I mean? And then also clumping your curls. I know with me, I clump my curls and then I can separate them as time goes. But if you choose to, but I know for me, I like to clump my curls just so you can see more of that popping definition, that spiral, you know what I mean? And then also finger coiling. Excuse me. Finger coiling, meaning I know, like I said, like the top of my head, you could see a little bit of ringlets, but yeah. So like the top of my head, I always had like these straight strands right here. Like they're getting better, but my hair has changed throughout the years. And for some reason, probably because I wore a lot of buns and combed it a lot or brushed it back. But yeah, I have like a lot of straight strands somewhat, and they don't curl like I would like them to. So I finger coil. So if you have any curls, that are like different, like more looser than, you know, majority, then I recommend maybe just finger coiling just so it can blend in a little bit better. And then also letting air dry. So unless necessary, you can diffuse, but me personally, I like to air dry just so I'm not manipulating my hair or making it any frizzier, aka I'm not that good of a diffuser, so I'm going to air dry my hair. And then lastly, I said to break the cast, or you can let it do it organically, depending on if the products that you use leave a cast on your hair or type of crunch. I recommend, depending on if you want your hair voluminous like the first day or so, breaking the cast a little bit, you know, instead of just keeping it crunchy or keeping it crisp. Okay, those are all the necessary things, or the things that I do to get my hair to last. Again, like I said, this is day 5, and I'm so happy that it lasted this long because I was working out. But I'll do another video again with me probably not working out in between, just so you guys can see what my hair is really looking like, because also I was not protecting my hair while I was working out, which I should have, but I didn't. But yes, anyway, I thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. I promise I'm gonna having more videos coming up. And yeah, so I will definitely catch you guys in my next one. I appreciate you guys for showing me support. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.